Gurudev ki jai.
Which bhajan?
Punjabi.
Ah, it's okay. I'll better just send.
Okay, this microphone is louder. Take this one.
Yeah, this is not working. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya
Who will sing? You don't know?
She sings nice.
Huh?
What to sing? Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, sir. Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Radha Ramana Hari Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha
Yamunadi? For how long are we here? How long?
Free pass.
Free pass. Free pass.
Vivo.
No limitation of time.
Everything is limited. Nothing, only transcendental. Asim Ananda. Today is true or not? Today is true? No.
This one, try that one.
This speak about yoga.
About yoga?
Om Jnana-Timirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Gaura-Prishthaya Bhutale Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Vaniti Namine Mukham Karoti Vachanam Pangum Langhayate Giri Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Primero que todo ofrezco mi Dandavat Pranam a mi maestro espiritual, Om Vishnupada Stotra Srila Bhaktivedanta, Vana Gosvami Maharaja, que está aquí presente con nosotros hoy. Y Anita Lila Pravista Om Vishnupada Srila Bhaktivedanta, Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Nita Lila Pravista Om Vishnupada Stotra Srila Bhaktivedanta, Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, todo el Rupanuga Grupaya y de todos los devotos. Bueno, Gurudev me ha pedido que hable 5 minutos sobre qué es el propósito del yoga. Todos estamos buscando cuál es el propósito de la vida. En este mundo material, todo el mundo está ardiendo en esta maya. Todo el mundo está sufriendo. Vayamos donde vayamos, vamos a encontrar problemas. Arreglamos una cosa y sale otra. Terminamos un problema y sale otro. En este mundo material es natural. Y todo el mundo está buscando solución a esos problemas. Sin embargo, no podemos escapar. Al igual que una persona que está con su cabeza ardiendo, naturalmente va a buscar el agua. De la misma manera, las almas condicionadas en este mundo material están buscando cómo poder terminar sus problemas, sus miserias materiales. Y por esa razón toman distintos senderos espirituales, siguen distintas prácticas espirituales. Y entre muchas de esas prácticas espirituales encontramos el Bhakti Yoga. Yoga significa unión. Radhe Radhe.
Perdón, pensaba que estaba usando otro micro.
No. Radhe Radhe. Yoga significa unión. ¿Y unión con qué? ¿Con qué estamos tratando de unirnos? Para que haya una conexión son necesarios dos objetos. Al igual que quiero conectar mi teléfono al cargador. De la misma manera, si estamos haciendo yoga es porque estamos tratando de conectar con algo. Cuando hacemos una práctica, debemos de tener clara cuál es el objetivo de esa práctica, cuál es la meta de esa práctica. Gurudev siempre explica, primero tenemos que fijar nuestro objetivo y después, de acuerdo a ese objetivo, vamos a hacer nuestra práctica. No es que vamos al aeropuerto y nos sentamos, ok, llévame donde quieras, a ver, cojo el vuelo aleatorio. Tenemos que saber cuál es el objetivo de lo que estamos haciendo. Entonces, yoga significa unión de nuestra alma con Krishna. Nuestra alma es una minúscula partícula de esa bienaventuranza trascendental que conocen en distintas filosofías como Dios. Y ese Dios es Satchitananda Vigraha. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha. Él es Satchitananda. Sat significa tiene una existencia eterna. Nosotros estamos tratando de buscar esa existencia eterna en este mundo material. Nadie quiere morir. Todo el mundo está tratando de evitar estos problemas y poder alargar su vida al máximo. Sin embargo, todos estamos sujetos a ese final. Por lo tanto, se dice este verso, Idam sariram satesandi charcharam, patatya vasat parinama pisharam. Este verso explica, este cuerpo está condenado a perecer. Sin embargo, hay una medicina muy fuerte que está diseñada, está hecha para poder terminar con esta miseria material. Ese es el Mahamantra, el nombre de Krishna. Este nombre que estamos cantando, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Este nombre no es diferente de Krishna mismo y también es Satchitananda. Estamos buscando este Sat en este mundo material, pero no podemos encontrarlo porque este mundo material es Asat. Como Gurudeva estaba explicando, existen dos cosas, Chetan y Achetan. Objetos conscientes y objetos inconscientes, inertes. Esta madera, si le doy un golpe, no se va a quejar porque es un objeto inerte. Aquello que tiene, que vemos que tiene estos tres síntomas, que nace, crece y muere, es porque existe una conciencia dentro. Y de esa conciencia depende toda la vida que vemos en este mundo material. Los árboles tienen conciencia dentro, las plantas tienen conciencia dentro, si no, simplemente son objetos inertes. Entonces, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Estamos buscando nuestra felicidad en estos objetos inertes, en algo que tiene principio y fin. Por lo tanto, sufrimos porque nos apegamos a objetos que tienen principio y fin. Y cuando ese objeto desaparece, nuestra mente se perturba. Oh, qué coche tan bonito tenía, tanto que ahorré para comprar ese coche y ahora se ha roto. Oh, ahora esto, lo otro. Porque esto se debe, la gente sufre en este mundo material porque se apega a cosas materiales. Sin embargo, si se apegan a algo trascendental, podrán dejar atrás todo el sufrimiento. Como Gurudeva está explicando, Jiv Krishna Das, Ei Vishwas Korle Tayar Dukhanay. Cuando uno desarrolla esta convicción, esta realización de que es una parte eterna de Krishna, entonces es completamente feliz, porque sabe reconocer, sabe discriminar que no es igual que esta materia inerte, sino que tiene una independencia, tiene una conciencia, tiene un Vichar Shakti, tiene discriminación, puede saber lo que es bueno, lo que es malo, puede sentir felicidad. Y esa felicidad no se encuentra en este mundo material, se encuentra en el mundo espiritual. Este mundo material es una sombra de ese mundo espiritual. Por lo tanto, Sat, Chit. Chit significa conciencia y Ananda significa felicidad. Todos estamos buscando este Ananda en este mundo material. Sin embargo, no podemos satisfacernos. Por mucho que disfrutemos nuestros sentidos, es al igual que si lanzamos fuego en el ghee. ¿Sabéis lo que es el ghee? Ghee es mantequilla clarificada, es muy ignífuga. Si nosotros hacemos para adorar a la deidad, mojamos una mechita de algodón en ghee y arde muchísimo. Entonces, de la misma manera, si uno tira ghee al fuego, el fuego se va a avivar. De la misma manera, cuanto más disfrutamos de los sentidos, pensamos que nos vamos a satisfacer, que los vamos a complacer, pero eso es imposible. Es como si lanzas fuego al ghee al fuego. Solo se avivan y más y más y más y más. Por eso Gurudeva explica Vishae Vasana. Cuando vemos los objetos de los sentidos, surge en nuestro corazón ese deseo de poder disfrutar. O cuando voy andando por la calle, veo un escaparate con muchas rasagulas, entonces me entra mucha hambre. Eso se llama Vishae Vasana. Pero cuando nuestros sentidos se apegan a algo espiritual, este apego mundano desaparece. Y surge en nosotros una renuncia natural de este mundo material, un desapego. ¿Por qué? En sánscrito, vairagya. Vi significa especial y Rag significa apego. Cuando tenemos un apego especial, un apego a algo trascendental, un apego por Krishna, nuestro apego en este mundo material desvanece, se va disminuyendo. ¿Y cómo podemos desarrollar esta relación? A través del Mahamantra, porque este mantra no es diferente de él, no es diferente de Krishna. Este Mahamantra y Harikatha, las enseñanzas que hablan los sadhus, los pasatiempos de Krishna, no son diferentes de él. A través de eso, de esa vibración trascendental, podemos establecer una relación con Krishna. Así que si queremos alcanzar la autorrealización, este Bhakti Yoga es muy simple. Simplemente tenemos que sentarnos delante de un sadhu y escuchar Harikatha. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha patakaram pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Gurudeva ki jai.
Or Kunja Sirvara, and this is to the speaker. And she is giving the yoga classes.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnanjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I pay my obeisances to my Srila Gurudev Shvetashvatara Gosvami Maharaja present here and all the devotees assembled. So I don't understand Spanish, but from what Ramananda Prabhu spoke, I could catch few words, so I will try not to speak the same. So as he spoke that yoga, or how Gurudev says jog, because in the West we use the word yoga, right? But in India they say jog. So jog means connection, and connection with who? With Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ramananda Prabhu also gave the example of telephone. If we want to call someone, there should be a person on the other end. And some people think, especially in yoga traditions, in Advaita tradition, that there is the God is impersonal, that God is only energy. But we know in Bhakti Yoga, which is the highest form of yoga, that there is a person, God, he has a personality, and we call him Sri Krishna, who is the most beautiful. And we can understand God only when we first understand ourselves. Therefore, when we come to spiritual life, the very first question which comes to us is, who am I? And this is exactly the question which Sanatana Gosvami asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Keami kenyamai jaratrapa troy, iha nahi jani kemanahita hoy. Who am I, and why I am affected by threefold miseries? And if I don't know the answer to this question, how I will maintain my life? So all we are affected by three modes of nature, sattva, raja, and tamaguns. So these are material modes of nature, and all we are bound by them. And when we ask question, who am I, we have to come to the conclusion that we are spiritual soul. Because if we talk about ourselves, you may notice this in your general life. I say my house, my hand, my leg, and I use the word mine, right? But who is this me? Who are this you to whom belong your body parts? Very similarly, when we say this is my house, that means that house belongs to the owner. And that me, or that I, is actually a spiritual soul, which is very, very subtle. And Gurudev mentioned in Harikatha last night that the soul is so minute and so small, it's so subtle, it's very hard to understand it. And it's so small as if we take the tip of the hair and divide it by 100, and then that piece divided by 100. So that's how scriptures it's explained the soul is that size, which basically means that it's so small we cannot perceive it, and it's very, very subtle. But how do we know that the soul is there? Because it gives us life. So when the soul leaves the body, body is just inert, it's not moving. And if we have dear people around us, we may love to hug them, talk with them. It's very nice to show affection to the people we love. But once the person left body, we say that the person left body, but actually who left the body is the soul. So when soul goes out of the body is just inert, and it's not even nice to come and touch or talk, right? We don't want to go far, because actually what attracts us to another human being is spiritual soul, Atma. Therefore, the answer to this question, who am I, always comes to the spiritual conclusion that I am eternal soul, Atma, and more that I am eternal servant of God, Krishna Nitya Das. So all the souls, doesn't matter from which religion they are in their journey or where country they were born, not depending on these material circumstances, we are all servants of God, and most importantly, we are servants of Krishna, which is the original form of God. So today we have opportunity to hear Katha from Srila Gurudev, who is a servant, real servant of God, Krishna Das, and only listening from these great personalities we can actually understand spiritual philosophy, because it's inconceivable achintya. Hare Krishna.
Oh. Harida. Okay, this sample of Srila Maharaja. About yoga? They already said everything. ¿Español? Sí.
How many people there understand English? Can I ask?
¿Cuánta gente entiende inglés?
How many people understanding English?
Better to in the opposite. Couldn't speak English.
English?
Que hay menos que no hablan español, que han
Okay.
venido los alumnos de meditación, ellos es,
Hablo español, ¿no?
sí.
Okay, speak.
We're speaking about yoga. Perdón, en español. A ver,
Lo puedo traducir, right? Yes.
no, en español está bien. Bueno, yoga significa conectar con, digamos que significa la conexión de dos objetos, dos entidades. Entonces, cuando hacemos yoga no es solo simplemente conectar con nuestro propio ser, como algunas personas meditan en el vacío o en su propio ser, pero realmente el significado más profundo de yoga en las escrituras védicas es que todo lo que hacemos, estas posturas, la respiración, es para poder estar en tranquilidad y en esa paz poder conectar con el Supremo, con Bhagavan, con Sri Krishna. En la literatura védica se llama Sri Krishna, la verdad absoluta. Entonces aquí estamos todos practicando Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga es una forma de yoga que es a través de la devoción. A través de la devoción conectamos con el Supremo, con Dios, principalmente cantando sus nombres y escuchando narraciones y la filosofía sobre Dios, sobre Krishna. Por eso que estamos todos reunidos, porque cuando escuchamos sobre Dios, tenemos que escuchar de una persona que no solo sabe la teoría, sino que practica en su vida y está siguiendo completamente las enseñanzas que han sido dadas por Dios. Como el otro día hablamos del Bhagavad Gita, en el Bhagavad Gita ahí Dios mismo, Krishna, está hablando sobre este conocimiento de que no somos el cuerpo, somos el alma, y esta alma que es un sirviente de Dios. Entonces, ¿de quién tenemos que escuchar este conocimiento? De los sadhus, de las personas santas, que dedican toda su vida a conocer a Dios y que ya tienen una relación con Dios, como es nuestro invitado de honor hoy, Sri Vana Maharaja. Por lo tanto, vamos a escuchar sus palabras ahora mismo, espero.
Krishna Kripa Prabhu.
Sí.
Vamos a mover un poquito esto.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Pessoal, pega a leva do sistema de Shishwa Kapina, do Sanjaya, and all the Igualada, and all the senior devotees here assembled, and all the Vaishnavas, and all the respected guests. I'm not so nervous, I don't know what to say, but this yoga is about how to connect. And my experience in Bhakti Yoga is I met my Srila Gurudeva by my senior devotees, and they gave this Bhagavad Gita seminar. And Gurudeva told what is the most important slokas. What I remembered like is Manmana Bhava Bhakto Mat Yagi Mam Maskuru Mat Yagi Mam. And also Sarvadharma Prijagi Mam Ekam Saram Bhaja Tam Swami Pabibyo Mokshe Mahasija. It's like how to surrender to Sri Krishna and how to connect. And my experience is the Gurudeva always telling to us to practice. Abhyas and Vairagya. Practice like chanting Mahavini, listen to Harikatha, because these things are transcendental. Like we are all living in this material world. We are all suffering, like Premananda Prabhu was talking about. And we are having this all 6 kind of enemies. Like we are all pointing to, if we are suffering, we are pointing to our brother, our sister, our mom, our friends. But what is the only way we can point to ourselves? Like we have these 6 enemies: Kam, Krodh, Lobh, angerness, jealousy, illusion, those kind of things, envious. And if you practice this Bhakti Yoga, then step by step, something will appear in our heart. Like Gurudeva was always telling, like self-realization is the best realization. If we realize what we are doing here and where we come from, and this is what Gita described also, like different kind of tattvas. And what I can say is that process is very nice and very beautiful, and it's also sometimes very hard. But still, if we realize these things by practicing and by having a good association, like Guru is always saying, be in a very high class association with real self-realized souls, like my Gurudeva. And also his mercy is flowing, like we see it in all his devotees, and in trying to engage more, to connect with who? To connect with our Guru and our Guru Parampara, so we can connect, because they are the best friends and of Sri Krishna, and Mahaprabhu is here. So he can tell, these Vaishnavas, these pure Vaishnavas can tell really how this spiritual world really is, and that we are not belonging here. We are all like, how do you say that?
Refugees.
Sorry?
Refugees.
Yes, refugees. We are refugees, like on this planet. So if we realize this thing
and I can only repeat what my Gurudev was telling, and hopefully one day I can realize really who I am. And this is the pure soul of Sri Krishna.
You can say. He's giving class here.
Deva Prabhu.
Desde aquí, muy corto, ¿vale?
He's shy to come. He's shy to stand up. He wants to speak from there.
Srila Gurudev, we are very happy to see you again in Spain. We are 6 devotees coming from Barcelona. When you come here, we have Kirtan, Krishna Katha, and Prasad.
6 devotees.
His wife, his children, Lakshmi Priya Didi.
Ya está.
Tomorrow going also there.
Yeah.
All who will give. The Janati who will give us Krishna Katha, this class here. This class.
She also something.
Okay.
¿Dónde queda el micrófono?
Bueno, está bien. Bueno, gracias a todos por venir. Primero de todo, thanks all of you to stay here. Special pranam to Gurudev and all Vaishnava and Vaishnavis. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to can receive all of you here in Manresa. And we are little alone here compared with Vrindavan community, so it's big opportunity to share with Sadhu Sangha. It's a big Christmas gift, and I get very inspired from this kind of gathering. And Rasik, my husband that is here in the phone from Vrindavan, always says that after this kind of meeting, the energy is here at least for 6 months. We will feel 6 months with enough Bhakti Shakti to do our sadhana. Later we need again to be sharing. So thank you so much. Also, with the permission of Gurudev, I want to share that we are building eco home retreat very close here in the forest. And we will start the construction next year with our hands. Rasik and me, we want to build a natural building. So I want to offer this home also for Gurudev and as a Vaishnava home for all of you. For come and visit, come for build up with us, come for sleep, or any kind of collaboration is open for all of you always. Thank you so much.
Or another, we will see. I am medicine. And Jagannath Prabhu could speak few words. Come here. Jai Jagannath Prabhu ki.
Amujyantimarandja Jnanjanashalakaya Chakshurunmitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvyevacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. So we're very fortunate today to have a Vaishnav devotee association, Sadhu Sangha. And Srila Gurudev has been speaking about the Bhagavad Gita and how Krishna, Sri Krishna, spoke to Arjuna, his associate, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And Gurudev explained that Arjuna, he's not a conditioned soul, what we call a Bada Jiva, like we are. We have somehow become disconnected from Krishna. So in the Bhagavad Gita it says, Mamaivang so jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. That all the living beings, they are part and parcel of Krishna. So they are his part and parcel, infinitesimal spiritual soul. Like Didi explained, the spirit soul is very tiny. Like a hair, if you divide a hair by 10,000 pieces, and then that tip of the hair, you divide that to another 10,000 pieces, that is how tiny the spirit soul is. But he also says that in this world, nobody knows where they come from, who they are. They don't understand, oh, I'm the body. They don't understand what is body, and they don't understand what is soul. So that's why Krishna, Sri Krishna, explained all these things very nicely in the Bhagavad Gita for the benefit of the conditioned souls. Because Maharaja, he also said that Krishna, he will never give anything bad. Sometimes people say, oh, this thing bad has happened to me, therefore maybe it's God's desire, maybe it's Krishna's desire. But Gurudev explained that God will never give anything bad, only give something very good for us. Like he has given us this human body and human brain in order that we can do yoga and bhakti and do some practice, abhyas, in order to remember who we are and where we come from. So, Mamaivang so jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. The living entity, the spirit soul, is actually eternal, sanatana. It is imperishable. But this body, we understand that when this imperishable soul leaves this body, and we call that death, and then the body becomes perishable. The body is always perishable, like a dead body. It's made of 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and ether. And then when the soul leaves the body, then the body just falls on the ground, and then it goes back to nature. And Gurudev also said sometimes, some people say, oh, we don't need God. Everything is coming from nature. Fruit is coming from nature. All the air is coming from nature. Everything we need is coming from nature, or pravriti. We call that material nature. So people say like that. But actually, Gurudev explained that this pravriti, this nature that we see and we feel around us, that is actually under the direction of Sri Krishna. So Krishna very mercifully also sends his devotee, his Vaishnava devotee. And it is said that Krishna is very merciful, but his devotee is even more merciful than Krishna. So mercifully, Krishna has sent his dear devotee for us to attain this sadhu sangha. And not just like Krishna, he imparted knowledge unto Arjuna, and also Gurudev is here today to impart some knowledge into our hearts so that we can gain more understanding about who we are. We can understand what is the difference between the body and the soul, and we can understand what is our purpose and how we should act and do like that. So we're very fortunate to have Gurudev's association. Hare Krishna.
Or anyone speak?
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurvritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Vanchakapadrivyasya Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. First of all, I'd like to offer my unlimited Dandavat Pranams into the lotus feet of my spiritual master, Nitya-lila Vaishnava Vishnupad, Sri Chaitanya Gosvami Maharaj, and simultaneously to the lotus feet of Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, who is present here with us today. So it's a great honor and privilege to be in front of you, to be able to speak something about Bhakti Yoga, or yoga in general to start with, by the instructions of Srila Maharaj. So we have gathered here with this common aim of trying to have some spiritual experience, because we have in our life had material experience, and for many years we have had been working and living with this material conception that I am this body. We have been trying to satisfy the needs of the body for many years. I think you will agree. Yeah? And then we came to a point in our life and asked, why am I working so hard? Yeah? Why do I have this body? Why God put me in this position? Why am I in this position? Before we realized anything about God. There are many people in the world who are living as simple, day-to-day, meeting their material needs, trying to find food, trying to find clothing, trying to find shelter, trying to be good, yes? And we see them struggling day in, day out for some small goal, in the daytime they work hard and they earn money, and at night time they sleep and enjoy, and like this their days go on and life goes on without any purpose or meaning. But in our scriptures it is said that this is kind of animalistic life. This is eating, sleeping, mating and defending. These four categories of activities. But to come out of those four categories and to ask higher level questions, higher way of living, is actually the start of human life. I think you will agree, because we're all here with the same kind of understanding, a spiritual understanding, that we want to achieve a spiritual goal. So we have many levels of spirituality. So this process is called yoga, to try and connect with the spirit aspect of human life. Because we can have material experience, but then we want a spiritual experience. We want to know who we are and what is the meaning of life. And we know that we're not this body, because the body is temporary. It comes and it goes. It grows older day by day, and it diminishes as it gets older. It becomes weaker. It cannot do the same things that it did when it was 16 years old or 25 years old. When you get to 80, you start to experience, or even 60 in some cases, and 50, our body deteriorates. We lose our teeth, our hair becomes white, and like this, wrinkles. We lose our beauty and our vigor, vitality. So we start to ask, what is all this about? So we want to find solution. We want eternal life, and we want to be eternally happy. I think this is what most people are aspiring for, and we're trying to find the solution to that. And this process is called yoga, to connect with the higher spiritual consciousness. So it's a very modern word, actually, in the Western world. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he started his preaching mission in the West in sometime 1965. And I don't think in the West before that, very long before that, that they knew about this word yoga. So it's coming, this knowledge, this spiritual knowledge is coming from the East, right? Particularly from the land of Bharat, which we now call India. India is very famous for this type of spiritual consciousness. And many people from the West come to India to search for that spirituality. So we are in the West now, we're trying to bring this knowledge to the Western culture, to the Western world, and to help balance materialism. To live in this body, we need food, we need clothes, we need shelter, housing like this. But within that, the balance of the scale is in the East, where the spiritual knowledge comes from, and it is missing in the West. Right? So Swami Maharaj did a wonderful thing, that he came to the West and to give this, rebalance this situation. He had a very specific strategy, and he thought that the people in India are forgetting their roots and their culture, and they're copying the West. So he thought, if I come to the West and persuade the Western countries to take up this process, the 4 Varnas and the 4 ashramas, societies divided according to qualified persons, leading and guiding the society. So this is part of yoga. Yoga means to connect, as we've heard, to connect with ourselves, with our Creator. It's actually every chapter, 18 chapters of the Gita, Bhagavad Gita, is a particular type of connection, yoga. And starting from the first chapter to the 18th chapter, Krishna gives Arjuna this advice. And in detail, very specific detail, but very concisely, which has such depth that you can spend your whole life trying to understand it, to practice it, and to live it, to make your life successful. So I don't want to say much more. There's so much that can be said. I thank you, Srila Maharaj, for allowing me to speak, and I thank you all for listening. And please take advantage of Srila Maharaj's presence. If you don't have neck beads, if you don't have japamala, or if you want some of the books that he's recently produced, this one's the latest one, Upakyanabhadeshamrita. We have other books. He has produced 7 titles like this, very beautiful books about Radha and Krishna and their pastimes. We have some copies of that. Please take advantage of them and collect 1 copy for yourselves or your family and friends.
Dinamani Prabhu. Dinamani Prabhu.
Dinabandhu.
Dinamani.
Dinamani.
Huh?
Dinamani Prabhu from Holland.
Huh? Like his leg. So.
Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Sri Guru Gaurachandaya Radhikaya Daya Krishnaya Krishnavadaya Tadvakaya Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Radha Svasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So first of all, I pay my humble obeisances to my beloved Gurudev, Om Vishnupada Stotra Śatadhā Bhakti-Vedanta Goswami Maharaj, who is mercifully present here. Simultaneously, my humble obeisances to Nitya Lila Krishna Om Vishnupada Stotra Śatadhā Bhakti-Vedanta Goswami Maharaj and Nitya Lila Krishna Om Vishnupada Stotra Śatadhā Bhakti-Vedanta Goswami Maharaj. To all the Rupanugavara, to all the assembled devotees, senior devotees, please accept my dandas pranam. So Gurudev has spoken the last couple of days a lot of the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna explains a lot of topics to Arjuna. Actually, he explains this to us, because Arjuna is like a mediator for us, because he is asking the perfect questions for us. In this world, so long as one does not realize what his constitutional position is, that person will always be in this chakra of this circle of birth, old age, disease, and death body. This birth, the B of body, old age, D of death, and the Y of Yamaraj. this represents that as long as nobody asks himself actually, what is my constitutional position, you will not get on this spiritual path. There has to be some eagerness, and of course you have to have some security. And that's why in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 20.108 it said, Jive Swarupaya Krishna Nichadas, Krishna Tatastha Shakti Vera Vedaka. Our constitutional position is that we are an eternal servant of Krishna. In this material world, a lot of people want to be served, but actually, we are the servant of Krishna. From this point, you can go further on the spiritual path. Okay, so I am a das, I am a servant of Krishna. Now, how to attain my goal, how to go back to home? There has to be some ways. And Krishna explained this. He gave us a lot of medicine, let's say it this way, because he's so merciful that he comes in the form of Guru. That's why it is said that Krishna, he represents the Diksha Guru and he represents the Siksha Guru. Guru Krishna Rup Hansa Sre Praman, Guru Rup Krishna Kripa Karen Bhaktavan. It is said in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 1.45 that the Acharya, the Diksha Guru, he is the form of Krishna, because it is in the form of Krishna, it is in the form of Guru that Krishna bestows his mercy upon the devotees. And then you can ask yourself, but what about the Siksha Guru? Krishna also describes this. Siksha Guru Gita-jayanti Krishna Swarup Antaryami Bhakta Shresh Dhuri Root. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 1.47. He says that Krishna is in the form of the devotee. As a devotee, he comes and he gives encouragement, and he gives also association, and he gives instruction. So, without Sri Guru, we can never attain our goal. I cannot go to a king of a country directly. I have to approach those who are very near and dear to him. And who is that person? Sri Guru. Because Sri Guru is our perfect navigator. When I came here, I did not know how to come here. Sanatana Mahaprabhu, he guided me with navigation. But who is the perfect navigator? That's the question. The perfect navigator is Guru. Why? Because Sri Guru is that personality who can help us to cross over this ocean of material existence. That's why it is said, Nardeham Aryam Sulabam Sudurlabam, Plavam Supalpam Guru Kanadaram, Mayanukalinam Navashvatirkam, Kumadhavadina Tare Sa Atmaha. It is Srimad Bhagavatam 11:20-17. This human body is like a boat, and Sri Guru is the captain. And Sri Guru is that personality who can help us to cross over this ocean of material existence. So we should take advantage of this and never let go of the feet of Sri Guru, because he is the one who can hand us over and bring us to that place where then one day when we get our perfection, we can get rid of our anarthas, and then in a perfect form we can serve the divine couple in Golok Vrindavan on the lines of Sri Guru. So, thank you for that.
Huh?
I've read this book.
Pardon?
There will be translation, Gurudev?
You want to
Speak for 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Om Ganatmanandasya Gananjana Shalaka Chakshuramitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namam Vishnu Padaya Gauda Prasthaya Bhutale Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Vana Niti Namane Namam Vishnu Padaya Radhikai Priyatmane Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Niti Namane. First I want to offer my pranams to my Gurudev Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Van Maharaj and
offer my respects to everyone present today. Apologies if I sound a bit shaky. I'm very nervous. I've never spoken before. But it's so I'm trying to think of what to say.
Anything coming from your heart, please speak.
So we're chanting this holy name, but we need to understand what does holy name mean. So Mahaprabhu, he said, śatadhā pranamājanam bhavamahādvagni nivarpanam śreyakaya chantikāratanam vidyavatu jivanam anandapurivādanam pratipadam purnamrita swaganam sarvātmaśnapanam padam vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So this holy name, the heart is like a mirror, and we have so many material desires, and by chanting the holy name, gradually, slowly, the heart will be purified, and then the heart will be purified, and gradually we'll be able to see who we are gradually by chanting every day on the guidance of pure devotees and hearing Hare Gita every day. Yes. Why don't you close the to-do list?
Namo Vishnu Padaya Gaurapastaya Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Vanantinami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Adikaya Priyatane Sisima Bhakti Vedanta Narayantinami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Swami Intinami. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini Nirviseshunyavadi Paschadistani. Offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my beloved Srila Gurudev, who is very mercifully present here today and blessing us with his, hopefully blessing us with his more and more deep katha on the topic of the Bhagavad Gita that he's been speaking on this last week since he came to the Netherlands because of our Gita-jayanti. Yes, on the 1st of December. 2 days ago. So Srila Gurudev has been focusing on this, and then we are today present in this yoga center. And as Prabhu mentioned and all the speakers before, Bhagavad Gita is all about yoga. Actually every chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is termed with some term of yoga. So from what I have understood, the three main practices that we have in the yoga is karma yoga, dhyan yoga, bhakti yoga. And what we see in the Western world, it's actually more, people are more focused on hatha yoga, doing exercises for keeping the body fit, or they go into more like dhyan yoga, which is like meditation, but then we don't go so far as to meditate. Dhyan yoga means meditating on the super soul in the heart. But from my experience, I don't really see that happening, because in the Netherlands, the practice of like Zen Buddhism or mindfulness is very popular. Because people just want to have a peaceful mind and be happy and be free from stress. But all these things only pertain to our material body and not to our soul. So unless we come to that platform of understanding that we are not this body, but actually spirit soul, and that our relationship with the body is very temporary, whereas we have an eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that we are His eternal servant. And that is the reason that we are in this material world, because we turned away from God. So how to find back our way back, that's the connection. And the best way to do that is by Bhakti Yoga. And Srila Gurudev is an expert on this path and taking us gradually very, very deep, actually till the highest level of Premaras. This is the highest the position that the spirit soul can attain. And that is not even the servant of Krishna directly, but the servant of Srimati Radharani. And because if we aspire for being a servant of Srimati Radharani, then Krishna is easily attained. So this is what was attracted me to Srila Gurudev, and I'm trying to still pursuing for myself how to enter this path and make it mine. So I would invite you all to kind of listen to him and find out for yourself how you can apply his teachings in your own lives and make it perfect. Thank you very much.
Guruvi Gaurachandraya Radhikavi Tadare Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Maharajaya Krishnaya Chaitanya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Sri Gauravakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare So first of all, I offer my humble, respectful obeisances, lotus feet of my spiritual master, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Vana Goswami Maharaj, and Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Simultaneously offer my humble, respectful Dhanavad Pranam, lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad, Ashtutara Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Guruvanda Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakhar, Siddhar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod, Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vigyan, Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and all senior devotees and all Vaishnavis, and presented all of my respectful guests.
Así que primero que todo, Maharaja está ofreciendo sus reverencias a su maestro espiritual, Nitya Lila Pravistam Vishnupat Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, y a Nitya Lila Pravistam Vishnupat Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Nitya Lila Pravistam Vishnupad Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Goswami Maharaj, todo el Rupanuga Guru Varga, todos los Vaishnavis y a todos los invitados.
So I will not take too much of your time. Here today many speakers. They spoke very nice sweet words in the different angles and expressed their heart.
Así que no voy a tomar mucho de vuestro tiempo, ya que hoy ha habido muchos habladores y han hablado sobre el yoga desde diferentes perspectivas, diferentes puntos de vista.
And especially few days we also discussed about Gita-jayanti.
Y especialmente desde hace unos días hemos estado discutiendo sobre Gita-jayanti.
And what is the essence of Srimad Bhagavad Gita?
Y sobre cuál es la esencia del Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Just you heard, Krishna, he gave so nice instruction to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Hemos escuchado cómo Krishna le dio muy buenas instrucciones a Arjuna en la batalla de Kurukshetra.
And 18th chapter is there. So every chapter's name is called Yoga.
Y hay en el Srimad Bhagavad Gita 18 capítulos y cada uno de esos capítulos lleva en él el nombre Yoga.
Actual, Vyasadeva Goswami, he wrote Mahabharata, and this Gita actually belongs to Mahabharata.
En realidad, Vyasadeva escribió el Mahabharata y este Bhagavad Gita es una parte del Mahabharata.
And Mahabharata also is called the fifth Veda. That is called Pancham Ved Mahabharata.
Y el Mahabharata también es conocido como el quinto Veda, Panchaved Mahabharata.
Maybe you heard 4 Vedas, Rig, Sam, Jaju and Atharva. Then Mahabharata also is called the Panchaved, fifth Veda, that is called Mahabharata.
Existen 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Atharva, Sama Veda. Y el quinto es el
Rig, Sam, Jaju, Atharva. You can say Rig Ved, Jaju Ved, Rig, Jaju, Sam and Atharva Ved.
Sama Veda y Atharva Veda. Y el quinto es el Mahabharata.
And Mahabharata, everything is also explained very clearly.
Y en el Mahabharata todo está explicado muy claramente.
So, Srimad Bhagavad Gita actually belongs to Mahabharata.
Así que el Srimad Bhagavad Gita en realidad es una parte de ese Mahabharata.
So, very nice, beautiful this year, because we have to understand we are not this body, we are the eternally servant of Krishna, we are soul.
Y esa escritura es muy bonita porque nos hace entender que no somos este cuerpo, sino que somos el alma espiritual.
Because mundane people, they don't believe about soul.
Ya que la gente mundana no tienen fe en la existencia del alma.
But soul resides this body is working.
Sin embargo, el alma reside en este cuerpo y es por eso que este cuerpo funciona.
Just you heard, in this body, there are 5 elements.
Hemos escuchado que en este cuerpo existen 5 elementos.
That is called earth, water, air, then fire, ether.
Hay tierra, agua, aire, fuego y éter. Estos son los 5 elementos de los que está hecho este cuerpo material.
That is Sanskrit word, that is Pancha Mahabhut.
En el sánscrito se llama Pancha Mahabhut.
So that means this body made by the 5 elements.
Y este cuerpo material está hecho de esos 5 elementos.
So when soul goes out from this body, and the body is not working, and all the elements automatically work. They are going out, nothing.
Así que cuando el alma deja este cuerpo, automáticamente el cuerpo deja de funcionar y todos los elementos que existen en este cuerpo se separan.
but very difficult to know about the soul, Atma.
Pero es muy difícil conocer sobre el alma.
Then Atma is very, very minute, sukshma.
El alma es muy diminuta.
bālāgra-śata-bhāgasya śatadhā kalpitasya cha bhāgo jivaso anantasya kalpate. The purport about this verse, how the form of the soul.
El significado de este verso está definiendo cuál es la forma del alma.
If you cut the one tip of the hair and first 100 pieces, then one piece again cut but divided in 100 pieces. That is the space of the form of soul.
Si agarramos una punta de un cabello y lo cortamos 100 veces y uno de esos trocitos lo cortamos otra vez, lo dividimos otra vez entre 100, ese es el tamaño del alma.
And this is soul also, that is called transcendental. We cannot see with our material eyes.
Y además de eso, el alma es trascendental, no podemos verla con nuestros ojos materiales.
For this Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, the soul is very minor, sukshma. Mamai vangso jivo loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Sanatana means eternal and transcendental.
Por esa razón, Krishna explica en el Bhagavad Gita que el alma es muy sutil. Cita este verso, Mamai vangso jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Sanatana significa que el alma es eterna.
All our senses in this body, that is called material.
Y además de eso, todos los sentidos de este cuerpo material son materiales.
In our material senses, we cannot realize about the transcendental things.
A través de nuestros sentidos materiales no podemos realizar aquello que es trascendental.
If you want to know about transcendental things, you need transcendental vision, transcendental realization, then you understand.
Para poder entender sobre algo que es trascendental, necesitas unos ojos trascendentales y poder tener realización trascendental. Entonces puedes empezar a entrar en esos temas.
So, transcendental vision will come by the causeless mercy of Guru and Krishna.
Y la visión trascendental la obtendremos por la misericordia sin causa de Guru y Krishna.
So now, in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, also explained this way, Dhritarashtra, he asked to Sanjaya.
Así que al principio del Bhagavad Gita también se describe cómo Dhritarashtra le preguntó a Sanjaya.
Dhritarashtra is asking, my sons and the son of Pandus, they arrived in the pilgrimage place, Kurukshetra. What are they doing now?
Él le preguntó, ¿qué están haciendo mis hijos y los hijos de los Pandus? Que ahora han llegado a la batalla al campo de batalla de Kurukshetra.
The pilgrimage place, Kurukshetra.
El lugar de peregrinaje de Kurukshetra.
So what are they doing?
¿Qué es lo que están haciendo?
Dharmakhetre, Kurukshetre, samaveta, judsava. Mamaka pandavaschaiva kima kuruvato Sanjaya. But Sanjaya, he is giving everything. Sanjaya, he is giving the answer, everything, by the causeless mercy of Vyasadeva Goswami.
Y todas las respuestas Sanjaya es capaz de darlas por la misericordia sin causa de Vyasadeva Goswami.
Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, they are sitting in Hastinapur, Indraprastha.
Ellos estaban sentados en Hastinapur, en Indraprastha.
At the battlefield, and there is Kurukshetra, very far from Indraprastha to Kurukshetra.
Y la batalla de Kurukshetra estaba sucediendo muy lejos de Indraprastha.
In this material eyes, we cannot see other side of the wall.
En estos ojos materiales no podemos ver más allá de este muro, de esta pared.
Could you see or not?
¿Podéis verlo?
What is there in the other side of this wall?
¿Qué es lo que hay detrás de esta pared?
Nothing, you cannot see.
No podemos verlo.
And so the question is coming, how Sanjaya, he saw everything and while he was staying in Indraprastha and looking everything in Kurukshetra.
Así que surge la pregunta, la cuestión, ¿cómo Sanjaya era capaz de ver todo lo que estaba sucediendo en Kurukshetra desde Indraprastha?
How?
¿Cómo?
Who knows?
¿Quién nos habla?
Follow.
Divya Drisha.
He got, you are right, transcendental vision. Sanjaya, he got the transcendental vision by the causeless mercy of Vyasadeva, Vyasa Prasadena.
Él había obtenido visión trascendental por la misericordia sin causa de Vyasadeva.
Then Sanjaya, he was looking what is going on in the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Y debido a eso podía ver lo que estaba sucediendo en la batalla de Kurukshetra desde lejos.
So in the same way, spiritual things, everything you may realize when you receive this mercy of Guru and Krishna.
De la misma manera, uno puede realizar sobre los asuntos trascendentales cuando recibe la misericordia del Guru y de Krishna.
And without this mercy of Guru and Krishna, you cannot understand the spiritual things also.
Sin la misericordia de Guru y Krishna, nadie puede entender sobre asuntos espirituales.
So now in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, very clearly explained, when we completely surrender lotus feet of Guru and Krishna.
Así que en el principio del Bhagavad Gita se está mostrando, se está explicando que cuando nos rendimos completamente a los pies del loto de Guru y Krishna,
then all types of transcendental knowledge will manifest in our heart.
Entonces toda clase de conocimiento trascendental se manifestará en nuestro corazón.
So far this is very clear. Tadvidhi pranipatino pariprasana seva upadikshante gyanino tattadarshana. Bhagavad Gita very clearly explained this. So if you want to know transcendental things, then need three qualifications.
En el Bhagavad Gita se cita este verso, Tadvidhi pranipatana pariprasana sevaya, que si deseas comprender sobre asuntos trascendentales, tienes que cumplir esos tres requisitos.
First, that is Tadvidhi Pranipat means you have to pay your obeisances, lotus feet of Guru and Krishna.
Pranipat quiere decir que tienes que ofrecer tus reverencias a los pies del loto de Guru y Krishna.
Then second, pariprasana. You can ask what your and what is called question is arise in your heart.
Y segundo es que tienes que preguntar y tienes que inquirir sobre lo que está en tu corazón.
But questions should be spiritual things, not the mundane things.
Pero uno tiene que preguntar sobre cosas espirituales, no mundanas.
You cannot ask Gurudev, why my headache, big headache.
No podemos preguntarle al Guru, ¿por qué tengo dolor de cabeza?
So what answer Guru will give? You go to the doctor.
¿Qué respuesta nos dará el Guru? Nos dirá, okay, ve al
you admit in the hospital.
Ve al hospital.
This is true.
¿Esto es cierto o no?
Understand? You cannot ask Gurudev, when I am sleeping, why my eyelids closed?
No podemos preguntarle al Guru cosas como, Gurudev, ¿por qué cuando estoy durmiendo mis párpados están cerrados?
These types of questions should not ask. This is called usual. Crazy question.
Uno no debería de preguntar esas cosas. Esas son preguntas locas.
Well, spiritual things ask about spiritual things. Actually, and when your inquisitive mood will come.
Uno debería de preguntar sobre cosas espirituales cuando desarrolle un sentimiento inquisitivo.
And as like Sanatana Gosvami Pad, he asked to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
Al igual que Sanatana Gosvami Pad le preguntó al Señor Chaitanya
"Ye
Mahaprabhu,
who am I? के आमी क्या नमरे जारे तपत्रय यहाँ नहीं जाई जाई छे कोई चेहिता है साध्य साधन तत्व बुझिते ना पारी कृपा करी सब तत्व कहत आपन." 6 question Sanatana Goswami Pad, he asked to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Estas 6 preguntas le hizo Sanatana Gosvami Pad a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Ye who am I?
¿Quién soy yo?
The first question.
Esa es la primera pregunta.
Why am I suffering the 3 folds of Maya?
Y la segunda es, ¿por qué estoy sufriendo las triples miserias de Maya?
And how will we conquer to Maya?
¿Y cómo puedo conquistar a Maya?
This is very important also.
Esto es muy importante.
So you think, Kiyami kyano more jare tapatra. Yaha nahi jai koi chahita. And what is the sadhan process and what is our transcendental goal?
¿Y cuál es el sadhana? ¿Cuál es el proceso? ¿Y cuál es el sadhya, el objetivo trascendental que alcanzaremos a través de esta práctica?
For this regard, Gurudev always say, perfect question, then perfect answer will come.
Por esa razón, Gurudev siempre dice, si haces preguntas perfectas, vendrán respuestas perfectas.
So, Arjuna, he asked to question, the perfect question he asked.
Así que Arjuna, él preguntó, él hizo preguntas perfectas.
Then Krishna, he gave perfect answer. This is right.
Y por eso Krishna dio respuestas perfectas.
So, tadvidi pranipad and pariprashan sevaya. Seva means when your servitual mood, tendency to service will come with Guru and Krishna.
Seva significa cuando viene la tendencia a servir al Guru y a Krishna.
Otherwise, people will not, other spiritual master will not give answer of your question.
De lo contrario, el maestro espiritual no dará respuesta a tus preguntas.
Seva vritti need. This very, so for this regard, is saying this Srimad Bhagavad Gita thing, tadviddhi pranipat paripasana sevaya upadikshanti te jnanina tattadarshina. This is the process. So, and another thing, Arjuna, he told, I completely surrender to your lotus feet.
Así que es muy importante tener este humor inquisitivo. Y otra cosa es que Arjuna le dijo en el Bhagavad Gita a Krishna que se rendía por completo a sus pies de loto.
And I am your disciple, so you completely chastise to me what you want.
Le dijo, ahora me he convertido en tu discípulo, así que puedes castigarme tanto como quieras.
But very difficult to tolerate the chastisement from Sri Guru.
Pero es muy difícil tolerar el castigo del Guru.
Is it true or wrong? Not so easy. Try to understand this way. The blacksmith,
Tratan de entenderlo de esta manera.
they also made the many kinds of iron instruments, and how much they also hammering the iron and put in the fire.
El herrero hace herramientas de esta manera. Agarra el hierro y lo pone en el fuego.
Have you been there or not? When the blacksmith they are working.
¿Han visto cómo trabajan los herreros?
Blacksmith, goldsmith also, Sarnakar.
También los que trabajan con el oro.
Completely surrender to the feet of Guru and Krishna.
Así que si quieres entrar en esta filosofía trascendental y en filosofía profunda, tienes que rendirte por completo a los pies del loto de Guru y Krishna.
Otherwise, those who are not chastise his disciples. What is called? Not perfect Guru. Yes.
Aquel guru que no castiga a sus discípulos, sino que solo los glorifica, no es un guru perfecto.
And that is also one kind of cheating propensities.
Eso es una clase de engaño.
And you understand this? Try to understand, Guru, he tried to chastisement his disciples and how to give the perfect but things in his heart.
Tratan de entender cómo el guru trata de castigar a su discípulo para entregar las cosas perfectas dentro de su corazón.
Just I tell you one very nice, beautiful story.
Voy a explicaros una hermosa historia.
Listen very carefully.
Escuchad muy atentamente.
And there was one bona fide guru, and in his temple, few disciples also staying.
Había una vez un guru genuino que tenía un templo y en ese templo vivían varios de sus discípulos.
Then after a few months, then one very learned scholar and person came.
Y tras unos meses, una persona muy erudita apareció.
He received Diksha mantra from his guru.
Él recibió Diksha mantras de su guru.
And then he asked his Gurudev, how can I serve to you?
Le preguntó a su Gurudev, Gurudev, ¿cómo puedo servirte?
Then Gurudev told, okay, you stay in, you can stay in temple, assist the pujari who is worship Thakurji.
Y él le dijo, okay, puedes quedarte en el templo y estar como asistente del pujari. Pujari es quien atiende a la vida.
You understand pujari? Who is worship Thakurji, just assist.
Priest.
Everybody know pujari. Priest. Everybody know pujari or not? Who worship Thakurji? Okay, priest, he is saying. Okay.
El que adora a la deidad en el templo. Él se quedó como de ayudante.
So Pujari priest told the new assistant. Okay, every day you bring Ganga's water from the Ganges.
Así que el pujari, el sacerdote, le pidió al asistente nuevo que cada día le trajera agua del Ganges.
Then with the water of the Ganges, I will abhishek to Thakurji.
Para poder bañar a la deidad, para poder hacer abhishek con ese agua.
Because if you stay in temple and you have one specific service, you can do many services, but one specific service you have.
Si uno se queda en un templo, debe de tener un servicio específico. Puede hacer varios sevas, varios servicios, pero debe tener uno fijo.
So this new brahmachari is very learned and scholar, has vast of knowledge about Sanskrit.
Así que este nuevo brahmachari, este nuevo asistente, era muy erudito y tenía mucho conocimiento sobre la lengua sánscrita.
And he also coming from very, what is called, aristocracy family.
Y él venía de una familia muy elevada, muy aristocrática.
He has a lot of wealth, money.
Tenía mucho dinero, mucha fortuna.
So automatically he is so much proud.
Así que naturalmente estaba muy orgulloso de su fortuna.
So now this new brahmachari, he is assisting to priest pujari.
Y ahora este brahmachari estaba asistiendo al pujari.
Just early in the morning, he is bringing water from the Ganges. This is his specific service.
Traía agua del Ganges para el pujari. Ese es su servicio específico.
One day, this new brahmachari assistant, he brought water from the Ganges little bit too late.
Un día ese asistente trajo el agua del Ganges un poco tarde.
Then pujari become very angry.
Y el pujari, el sacerdote, se enfadó mucho.
And chastised to him.
Y lo castigó.
Hey, why you are so late?
Porque has llegado tan tarde.
They did heavy chastisement. Then this new brahmachari become very upset.
Y este nuevo brahmachari se enojó muchísimo.
Because he is very proud. I am, and rich person, I have lot of wealth of money, I am learned, scholar.
Porque él estaba muy orgulloso, él estaba pensando, yo soy muy rico, tengo mucha fortuna, mucha riqueza, y además soy un gran erudito.
Then he is thinking, okay, so here no one to give me perfect respect to me, so I will not stay in the temple.
Así que empieza a pensar, aquí nadie me respeta apropiadamente, así que será mejor que me vaya del templo.
So he is thinking, I will not stay in here.
Estaba pensando, no me voy a quedar aquí.
So he told his Gurudev, no one giving respect to me.
Así que le dijo a su Gurudev, nadie me respeta.
I am very learned scholar, this.
Yo soy muy erudito, muy erudito.
Then Gurudev told, no, you give up your false ego.
Y el Guru le dijo, no, tienes que abandonar tu ego falso.
If you not give up your false egos, how possible practice devotional service to Lord?
Si no abandonas tu ego falso, ¿cómo será posible que practiques servicio devocional?
Particular Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught to us, if you want to chant holy names, practice devotional service, you have to become very humble.
Por esa razón el Señor Chaitanya Mahaprabhu nos dijo que si deseamos realizar servicio devocional tenemos que volvernos muy humildes.
And give up all your false egos.
Y abandonar nuestro ego falso.
This is true or not?
¿Esto es cierto o no?
Abhimanam paritajjam prakita vapuradisu. Abhimanam paritajjam. First you give up all kinds of false egos.
Abhimanam paritajjam. Primero tenemos que abandonar nuestro ego falso.
If you not give up your false egos, material false egos, how possible perform bhajan and sadhana to Krishna?
Si no abandonamos nuestro ego falso, ¿cómo será posible que realicemos sadhana y bhajan a Krishna?
So in this way, bona fide Guru told his disciple.
Y de esta manera el Guru genuino le dijo a su discípulo.
This. But disciple is so much false egos. No.
Pero el discípulo tenía mucho ego falso.
So one day, this new disciple is thinking, I will go back my home.
Así que un día ese nuevo discípulo estaba pensando, voy a regresar a mi casa.
So early in the morning, the new disciple, he took the clay pot and going to fetching the water from the water edge, river.
Así que temprano en la mañana agarró el bote de barro para ir a recoger agua y fue al río.
Then he left the clay pot on the bank of the river.
Y dejó esa vasija en la orilla del río.
Okay. Then brahmachari, he left there the clay pot on the bank of the river.
El brahmachari dejó la vasija en la orilla del río.
And he started to go.
Y empezó a alejarse.
Then clay pot started to speak. Listen very carefully.
La vasija empezó.
This is very nice. Very attentively listen. This is very, and so many what is called lessons in this.
Escuchad muy atentamente. Hay muchas lecciones que aprender de esta historia.
So many teaching in this. Then clay pot start to speak. Hey, why are you going back to your home?
Entonces la vasija le empezó a hablar y le dijo, oye, ¿por qué estás regresando a tu casa?
What benefit you will go back to your home?
¿Qué beneficio vas a obtener haciendo eso?
Are you stay in temple and serve Guru and Vaishnava, then your life will be successful.
Quédate en el templo sirviendo a Guru y los Vaishnavas y tu vida será exitosa.
Then Claypot continue, he told, okay, before leave this place, you listen my life history.
Continuando le dijo, ok, antes de marcharte, escucha mi historia de vida.
You understand? Who is speaking? His own life. Claypot. Claypot, he is saying, first listen my life history and then you can return back your home.
La vasija le dijo, ok, primero escucha la historia de mi vida y entonces puedes regresar a tu casa, pero primero escucha.
Then clay pot start to speak his own life history.
Y ahí la vasija empezó a explicar la historia de su vida.
Clay pot told, listen, before coming in this clay pot,
Él le dijo, mira, yo antes de ser esta vasija,
before I was mud,
era barro,
on the bank of this river also.
en la orilla de este río.
Understand? Then one day, those were potter, he came.
Y un día, potter.
Those who are making the pot.
Uno que hace vasijas llegó a la orilla del río.
But understand, those who are making the pot. So that time I was completely hard, clay.
Y en ese entonces yo era simple arcilla.
That's called earth, Then potter, he bought in his house.
Y trajo, el artesano llevó esa arcilla a su casa.
Then he first put me in the sunshine.
Y primero que todo me puso al sol.
3-4 days he put me in hot sun.
Durante 3 o 4 días me puso bajo el sol caliente.
Then after 3-4 days, he also beating me with the one stick.
Y después de eso empezó a golpearme con un palo.
And make me completely hot dust.
Y me convertí en polvo completamente.
Then he also, what is called? With the sieve, he also
strain
clean all to me.
all the pebbles and
Y con un colador empezó a limpiarla. Empezó a filtrarla.
And then also that the dust coming, and then he again also put in the sunshine.
Y ese polvo que quedó, de nuevo lo puso al sol.
Then after 3-4 days, again he also put some water with me.
Y tras 3 o 4 días, de nuevo puso agua en mí.
Then with his hands and legs, he also beating and punching. There you go. They do this.
Con sus manos y con sus piernas me empezó a golpear.
Understand? It's like when you making the bread.
Al igual que
In the
cuando
bread.
toma su mano y golpea la masa.
Then I become very soft.
Y ahí me volví muy tierno.
Then he also put in the one instruments, his instruments, and with his hands, then he also make different shape of the pot.
Y ahí me puso en un instrumento, este instrumento que tienen los alfareros, creo que se llaman, para hacer las vasijas. Y de esa arcilla hizo varias formas. Que gira.
If you go to the place where the potter, how they are making the clay pot, then understand.
Si vais a donde están los artesanos haciendo vasijas, entonces podréis entender de
He
la
has
máquina que
one also what they call wheels, and also the wheels also moving. Then with his own fingers, hands, and the art, he also making the what's this?
hay como una rueda girando y con sus propios dedos van moldeando la arcilla.
Then that time was very soft.
Y en ese momento yo era muy tierno.
That time this pot is coming, clay pot. Then he put me again also rays of the sun.
Y me convirtió en una vasija y de nuevo me puso bajo los rayos del sol.
Maybe again also 3-4 days and hot sun I was there.
Tal vez otros 3 o 4 días de nuevo estuve bajo el sol.
That is very difficult to tolerate.
Es muy difícil de tolerar.
Understand? Then after 3-4 days, again he also put me in the oven.
Y de nuevo, tras 3 o 4 días, de nuevo me puso en el horno.
Understand? So how to completely you are big. Maybe how much degree inside?
1,800.
He's thinking 1,800 degree.
Okay. Y ahí me puso
Anyhow, very,
1,500. 180.
1,800.
1,000.
1,080. 800. 1800. 1800 grados.
Okay, but you can try to say very hot.
Very good.
Pero tratan de entender.
You cannot tolerate, and that time my body completely are red.
Ese calor era muy difícil de tolerar dentro del horno y mi cuerpo se volvió completamente rojo, está diciendo la vasija.
Then, after a few days, maybe 3-4 days, they are cooling down. Then he bought me.
Y tras 3 o 4 días, cuando me enfrié, de nuevo me sacó.
Then I completely reddish color.
Yo era completamente rojiza.
And you can say clay pot, clay pot, completely what? Red color.
La vasija era completamente roja.
Then he also bought me in the market.
Y ahí de nuevo me llevó al mercado.
For the selling to the others.
Para venderme.
Many people also coming. So buy this clay pot.
Para comprar vasijas.
In the middle of the market.
En medio del mercado.
Also, and everybody also hold my ears and holding the.
Todo el mundo me agarraba de las orejas y me levantaba así mirando la vasija.
Not only taking one stick, also beating.
Y no solo eso, sino que además me golpeaban con un palo para ver la calidad de la vasija.
And this is true or wrong. If you want to buy the clay pot, you have to take test. This is good or not.
¿Esto es cierto o no? Si uno quiere comprar una vasija, tiene que comprobar que la calidad sea buena.
You also hold the clay pot, left hand and right hand. Take one stick, then and you can slowly you can beat. Then the sound will come. According to the sound, then you may understand this is good or bad.
Así que la gente levantaba la vasija con su mano izquierda y con la derecha la golpeaban con un palo. Y según el sonido que emita esa vasija, se puede entender la calidad de esta.
Understand? The beat, then understand what sound is coming. Good or not?
Si golpeo, ¿qué sonido vendrá?
So, not only this also. Then you can be in the clay pot, maybe small hole there. You cannot see. So what will do? Put in the water.
Y no solo eso, puede que en esa vasija haya agujeros que no son visibles a nuestro ojo. Así que también la metían al agua, dentro del agua.
If you buy one clay pot, you have to take test. Is it good or bad? Otherwise, you cannot use. You cannot use this.
Si compras una vasija, tienes que comprobar la calidad. De lo contrario, no podrás usarla.
So for this regard, nowadays people they use what regard?
Por esta razón, hoy en día la gente usa
Plastic pot.
There the silver, what is called? Now stillness.
Stainless steel.
Stillness steel. But who will take it? So much the test,
Por esta razón, hoy en día la gente utiliza acero inoxidable.
But try to understand the water from the clay pot. This is the good for our health.
Pero en realidad, el agua de la vasija es buena para nuestra salud.
But people they don't want.
Pero la gente no
The
quiere.
people they want to drink water from the stillness steel.
Ellos prefieren beber agua del acero.
Other is copper pot also good.
O de un bote de cobre también está bien.
But best water you can drink from the clay pot.
Pero la mejor agua la vas a conseguir de una vasija.
Eh? But that clay, so if you want to use this clay pot, you have to take test or not. Eh? Is broken or not, or inside any hole or not, cracked or not.
Una vasija, ¿tienes que comprobar la calidad o no? Tienes que ver si tiene algún agujero, tienes que ver si se rompe.
Eh? Not so much cost. Eh? Maybe €1, €2, €10.
No son muy caras, tal vez €1, €2, €10.
I think Western countries know this. This is very expensive, I think so. Maybe? How many euros? Who bought clay pot? For the drinking from the water? Who has house? Anybody's house clay pot? No one. Because now modern people, they don't want to do hard work.
Porque hoy en día la gente no quiere hacer trabajo duro, no quiere trabajar duro.
But why I am saying this is, they say if you every day drink water from the clay pot, then your health will be good also. And you will free from many kinds of also disease also.
Pero si cada día bebes agua de una vasija, tu cuerpo estará muy sano y estarás libre de cada enfermedad.
Actually, this is a Ayurvedic doctor always recommended this. Everybody have to drink water from the clay pot.
Los doctores ayurvédicos siempre recomiendan beber agua de una vasija.
This is true or wrong? So now coming in this way, so clay pot also told these things. But your Gurudev, he is very merciful and kindness.
Así que continuando la vasija del mercado, me trajo del mercado.
Now he also offered to pujari.
Y me ofreció al pujari.
So now I am staying in the temple of Thakurji.
Y ahora me estoy, gracias a eso, vivo en el templo.
So clay pot said, look how many, maybe 5-6 years I am staying in the temple.
Tal vez ya hace 5 o 6 años que vivo en el templo.
And I am servicing to Krishna.
Y estoy sirviendo a Krishna.
Because his Ganga Jal is coming.
Porque estoy...
The water of the Ganga.
Y ahí la vasija dijo, mira, observa la historia de mi vida.
Just one day, the pujari, priest, chastised you, then you are going back to home.
Tan solo porque una vez te ha castigado el pujari, el sacerdote, ya estás regresando a tu casa.
But what benefit you will go back your home?
¿Qué beneficio vas a obtener regresando a tu casa?
If you go back your home, then everybody is sucking blood from you.
Si regresas a tu casa, todo el mundo te va a chupar la sangre.
You understand? This is the main nature of this material world.
Esta es la naturaleza de este mundo material.
And all your energy they will take from you.
Y van a robar toda tu energía.
And you cannot satisfy to anyone.
Y además no podrás satisfacer a nadie de ellos.
Guru Goswami Maharaj, he told, if you little bit service to Guru and Krishna will be very happy.
Guru Goswami Maharaj le explica que si tú sirves un poco a Krishna, a Guru y Krishna, ellos estarán muy felices.
Or your whole life, you spend whole your energy to your family's member, no one happy with you.
Y si gastas toda tu vida y toda tu energía sirviendo a tu familia, tratando de complacerla, nunca estarán felices.
As this is true, you analyze these things. They no one happy with you also. Externally, when you are servicing, they are okay, very nice.
Externamente, cuando estás sirviendo, dicen okay, muy bien.
And when you will not service nothing, your body is not working, that time all they also are. And kicked out.
Pero cuando
neglect you.
Cuando no estás sirviendo, cuando tu alma ya ha abandonado tu cuerpo, ahí se deshacen de ese cuerpo.
So for the Guru Goswami Maharaj, he told this story also. You will little bit service Guru and Krishna, then Krishna will be very happy.
Por esa razón, Guru Goswami Maharaj explica esta historia, que si sirves solo un poco a Guru y Krishna, ellos estarán muy contentos.
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna,
en Bhagavad Gita, Krishna dice a Arjuna,
if you little bit practice bhakti yoga,
si practicas
then you will be conquer this maya and attain to abode of me.
Si practicas un poco de Bhakti Yoga, entonces saldrás de las garras de Maya y me alcanzarás.
Nyaha vikramonaso asti pratyavana vidyate salma upi asya dharmasya trayate mahato vayat. Read Bhagavad Gita. Gita also this sloka is very important. Nyaha vikramonaso asti pratyavana vidyate. If you little bit practice bhakti yoga, even little bit, if any faults will come, Krishna will not accept your any faults.
Este verso del Bhagavad Gita es muy importante. Este verso explica que si realizáis solo un poco de Bhakti Yoga y dentro de esa práctica tenéis algún defecto, alguna falla, Krishna no va a mirar vuestros defectos, no va a mirar vuestros errores.
Neha vikramonaso asti pratyavana vidyate salpam opi asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya.
Chapter 2, verse 40.
Huh?
Chapter 2, verse 40.
So, Bhakti Yoga, how is very powerful? Just you little bit practice the Bhakti Yoga. Then you will conquer to man, attain to the abode of Lord.
Así que el Bhakti Yoga es muy poderoso. Simplemente por practicar un poco de Bhakti Yoga podéis cruzar este mundo material y alcanzar la morada del Señor.
And Krishna will not see your any fault.
Y Krishna jamás va a mirar ninguno de tus errores.
But in this material world, everybody look your faults.
Pero en este mundo material todo el mundo está mirando tus defectos.
You understand or not? Try to understand this. So Krishna, why not service to Krishna Seva?
Así que ¿por qué no servís a Krishna?
Then brahmachari realized, oh look, this clay pot, how completely surrendered lotus feet of Guru and Krishna, now he is servicing.
Así que el brahmachari se dio cuenta, oh, esta vasija se ha rendido por completo a los pies del loto de Guru y Krishna y ahora está haciendo servicio.
Then brahmachari again returned back to his temple.
Y ahí, gracias a la vasija, el brahmachari regresó al templo.
He realized.
Él se dio cuenta.
Actually, this is Srimad Bhagavad Gita also teaching to us how to completely surrender.
En realidad, el Bhagavad Gita nos está enseñando cómo rendirnos completamente.
Surrender means Atma Samarpan.
Rendición significa Atma Samarpan.
If you practice devotional service to Lord Suddha Bhakti, first that is called Samarpan, meaning I completely surrender, offer to myself.
Si quieres practicar Bhakti Yoga, servicio devocional al Señor, primero viene Samarpan. Samarpan significa rendición completa.
First is you give up your false egos.
Primero uno tiene que abandonar su ego falso.
What is the first false egos in our life?
¿Cuál es el ego falso que existe en nuestra vida?
That is called Dehatma Abhiman.
Se llama Dehatma Abhiman.
Dehatma Abhiman, understand? What is that?
I am this body.
False egos about this body. I am this, I am man, I am a woman, I am Indian, I am, what is called? Intelligent, I am poor, I am rich. Actually, this is all these is called false egos.
Dehatma Abhiman significa el ego de ser hombre, ser mujer, ser español, ser indio. Todo esto es ego falso.
Always think, I am not this body, I am the eternal servant of Krishna. Jive Sarup hoy Krishna Nityadas.
Siempre debéis pensar que no sois este cuerpo, sino que sois los eternos sirvientes de Krishna.
So my duty to serve to Krishna.
Así que mi deber es de servir a Krishna.
Serve to Guru and Krishna. Guru Seva, Krishna Seva.
Servir al Guru y a
Hari, Guru, Vaishnava Seva. Three services. Hari and Krishna, Guru and Vaishnava.
Hari, Guru y Vaishnava. Hay que servir a estas tres cosas. Hari significa Krishna.
Every day we are singing. 18. No, Hari, Guru, Vaishnava. They serve, then all your obstacles will be go away. Jahite Vignas Avishta Puran.
Cada día cantamos esto, que si servimos a Hari, Guru y Vaishnavas, todos nuestros obstáculos desaparecerán.
Because Lord is very merciful.
Porque el Señor es muy
Lord
misericordioso.
is bring us in this material world how to serve the Guru and Hari, Guru, Vaishnava.
Él nos ha llevado a este mundo material para poder servir a Hari, Guru y Vaishnava.
And especially in the human body, we can serve Hari, Guru, Vaishnava.
Especialmente en este cuerpo humano podemos
Cats, dogs body, animals body, we cannot completely serve to Krishna.
Entonces en este cuerpo humano podemos servir a Hari, Guru y Vaishnava. Los gatos, perros, perros no pueden servir de manera completa a Krishna.
So Bible very clearly explains this way also.
Así que la Biblia también claramente
This quotation is very important.
es muy
God created man after his own image.
Dios creó al hombre a su imagen y semejanza.
That means God creates all the living entities.
Esto significa que Dios creó todas las entidades vivientes.
Cats, dogs, animals, different things.
Gatos, perros, animales, diferentes entidades.
But he did not satisfy.
Pero no estaba satisfecho.
Then finally, God, he creates the human being as like him. For the use this word, image, as like him.
Así que por último, Dios creó a los humanos a su imagen y semejanza.
Because only the human body we can serve to Krishna.
Porque solo en este cuerpo humano podemos servir a Krishna.
So Srimad Bhagavatam gives evidence. Nideva Madhyam Sulabham Supakalpam Plabham Sukalpam Guru Karnadhana Mayanukulena Navas Itaram. Taridna Swa Atmagha. The human body is very, very rare.
Así que el Srimad Bhagavatam da esta evidencia. Este cuerpo humano es muy raramente obtenido.
Nideva Madhyam. Adam, this human body. And only the human body we can serve to Guru and Krishna.
Solo en este cuerpo humano podemos servir a Guru y Krishna.
And others body you cannot serve.
En otros cuerpos no podemos servir.
We are coming here, listen Hari Katha.
Estamos veniendo aquí para escuchar Harikatha.
Cats, dogs are coming or not?
¿Hay algún perro o gato en la sala?
No coming.
No ha venido ninguno.
We are human beings, so we can listen Hari Katha.
Somos humanos, así que podemos escuchar Harikatha.
Listen, how to serve to Krishna. And Krishna is very merciful. Krishna is saying, what will you give to me? You give just patram, puspam, phalam, toyam, jome bhakta prayachati. Just to offer one leaves, I am very happy.
Y Krishna es muy misericordioso. Él dice, ok, simplemente ofréceme agua o una flor.
No, first leaves, patram.
Una hoja, patram, puspam, flores, phalam,
Toyam. Toyam means water.
o agua. Entonces estaremos felices.
Here patra means, leaves means tulasi leaves. Lord will be very happy. If you offer tulasi leaves, Lord will be happy. Lord saying himself. And the one who offered tulasi leaves, they are completely sold out. The Vikriti Atmana Bhakta Vatsalya.
Así que Krishna mismo dice que con aquel que le ofrezca hojas de tulsi, él está muy complacido con esa persona y se ofrece por completo a esa persona.
Tulasi Dala Matrina Jalasya Chulukena Va Vikriti Atmanam Bhakta Vasya. Then Krishna says, one who just offered tulasi leaves. Then Krishna is saying, I completely sold out today.
Krishna dice que se vende por completo a aquella persona que le ofrezca hojas de tulsi.
Once very nice beautiful story told you in Dwarkapuri.
Una vez sucedió una historia muy hermosa en Dwarkapuri.
In Dwarkapuri, Krishna, he has 16,108 queens.
En Dwarkapuri, Krishna tiene 16,108 reinas.
So Satyabhama, she is very important and prominent and queen of Krishna.
es muy prominente, es una reina muy prominente de Krishna.
And Satyabhama, once she took vow, oath, this is very super excellent, auspicious day, so I will give some charity donation.
Y ella un día tomó el voto de que, ojo, hoy es un día muy auspicioso, así que voy a dar caridad.
So I will give the charity donation to Narad Rishi.
Voy a darle caridad, voy a darle donaciones a Narad Rishi.
Listen very carefully, but briefly I tell to you.
Escuchad muy atentamente, os lo voy a explicar.
Because time is over, I will not take too much time.
Porque el tiempo ya se está terminando.
So Narad Rishi, he came.
Así que Narad Rishi llegó.
Narad Rishi and Satyabhama, what will give to me?
Narad Rishi dijo, Satyabhama, ¿qué me vas a dar?
Then Satyabhama, she told, I already took vow, oath, I give some charity donation, some and gold, silver and things in the balance of my husband Krishna.
Así que Narad Muni le preguntó, ¿qué es lo que me vas a dar? Y Satyabhama le dijo, he tomado un voto de que voy a darte oro, voy a darte el peso de mi esposo Krishna en oro.
Then Narad Rishi bought one scale.
Y ahí Narad Rishi trajo un balance.
Balance.
Una balanza. No, balanza. Balanza. Okay.
Okay. So one balance, Krishna he seated, and another balance, and Satyabhama, he put all her ornaments, gold, jewels, silver, everything in there.
Así que Krishna se sentó a un lado y en el otro Satyabhama puso todas sus joyas, todos sus ornamentos, decoraciones, todo lo puso allí.
But balance is not coming then. Then Krishna is very heavy, going down, and Satyabhama is giving, Satyabhama, she gave all her golden ornaments, everything in there, but still not balance coming.
Pero todavía no pesaba ni Krishna era muy pesado y Satyabhama había puesto todas sus joyas, todas sus decoraciones, todo su oro y aún así Krishna era más pesado.
Then Satyabhama, she requested her friends, give some loan of your ornaments and things. They also gave all their and golds and everything is there.
Le pidió un préstamo a sus amigas, les dijo, dadme también vuestras joyas para poder ponerlas en la balanza.
Because Krishna is very heavy.
Porque Krishna es muy pesado.
Krishna is Bhagavan or not?
Krishna es Bhagavan, Krishna es Krishna.
So Krishna, this balance, Krishna is very heavy going down.
Así que Krishna era mucho más pesado que todas esas joyas.
Satyabhama, she gave all her ornaments, gold, everything in the balance, but not coming equal level.
Satyabhama puso todas sus joyas, todo su oro en esta balanza y aún así el peso estaba desequilibrado. Krishna siempre pesaba más.
Then Narad Rishi told Satyabhama, you already took vow, you give me this gold, ornaments, everything in the same scale of Krishna.
Y ahí Narada Rishi le dijo, Satyabhama, tú ya has tomado un voto de que me vas a dar el peso de Krishna en oro.
So I will take Krishna with me. Krishna will become a nice brahmachari and staying with me.
Así que me voy a llevar a Krishna conmigo y se va a convertir en un buen brahmachari.
Krishna will be stay with me as a brahmachari. As like Kesava.
Como un brahmachari, como Kesava.
Kesava brahmachari, nice. You'll go or not? Okay. Then Satyabhama start to cry. If our husband Krishna is not with us, so how possible we'll maintain our life?
Así que Satyabhama empezó a llorar. Si nuestro esposo Krishna no está con nosotros, ¿cómo será posible para nosotras mantener nuestra vida?
Satyabhama, she was crying and crying.
Satyabhama estaba llorando y llorando.
Then Narad Rishi told, okay, don't cry.
Entonces Narada Rishi le dijo, okay, no llores.
Call to Srimati Radhika. Call to Srimati Radhika.
Llama a Srimati Radhika.
This Puran Katha, Then Srimati Radhika, she came.
Entonces Srimati Radhika llegó.
And Srimati Radhika said, okay, took out all the jewelry and ornaments, everything from the balance.
Srimati Radhika quitó toda la joyería, todo el oro de la balanza.
And Srimati Radhika said, to bring on tulasi leaves.
Y trajo una hoja de tulsi.
Then Srimati Radhika, she just put one drop of her tears in the tulasi and put on the balance.
Y mojó esa hoja de tulsi con una gota de sus lágrimas y la puso en la balanza.
Then this balance is going down. And Krishna become very light.
Bajó. La hoja de tulsi se volvió muy pesada y Krishna muy ligero.
So they go, okay, so now this is told, you give me this tulasi leaves which is offered by Srimati Radhika and her tears.
Así que Narada Rishi le dijo, ok, por favor dame esta hoja de tulsi que ha sido ofrecida por Srimati Radhika junto a sus lágrimas.
Then, what is the teaching about this? How is tulasi leaf? Tulasi, that is called Suddha Bhakti.
¿Cuál es la enseñanza de esto? Cómo tulasi es muy poderoso. Tulsi significa Suddha Bhakti, Bhakti puro, devoción
Understand?
pura.
If you keep tulasi, then neck beads, and then you will not go to the hell also.
Si usas este collar de tulsi, también no irás al infierno.
Because tulasi leaves is very powerful.
Porque las hojas de tulsi son muy
So many glorifications of the tulsi in our shastras.
Hay mucha glorificación de tulsi en nuestros sastras.
Always keep tulasi kantimala around your neck.
Siempre debemos de mantener tulsi mala en nuestro cuello.
Understand? When you will die, maybe all your ornaments and gold, everything, everybody will take out. But no one can take out this tulasi.
Cuando dejemos este cuerpo, puede que todo el mundo robe nuestras joyas, nuestros collares bonitos, pero nadie va a robar esta.
Actual tulasi leaf, that is called the Suddha Bhakti.
En realidad, estas hojas de tulsi son Suddha Bhakti, devoción.
Tears of Srimati Radhika, that is called highest prem.
Y las lágrimas de Srimati Radhika son el amor más elevado.
So for this, Krishna is saying this way. You offer to me patrang. Patra means tulasi leaves. That is called Suddha Bhakti. Yeah, tulasi leaves, that is a symptom of Suddha Bhakti and prem.
Así que en este verso, Krishna dice que le ofrezcamos patram. Patram significa hojas de tulsi, las cuales son el síntoma del prema y la devoción pura.
If you offer anything to Krishna but you will not offer tulasi leaves, Krishna will not accept your offering.
Si ofrecemos algo a Krishna sin hojas de tulsi, Krishna no aceptará nuestra ofrenda.
Chapanna Vyanjan tulasi vina Krishna na kare grahan. Chaitanya Bhagavad very clearly written. You prepare many kinds of preparation, but you do not offer tulasi leaves. Krishna will not accept your offering.
En el Chaitanya Bhagavad se explica esto, que por muchas preparaciones que le ofrezcamos a Krishna, si no tienen tulsi, no lo va a aceptar.
There may be other patram, puspam. Tomorrow will be discussed about puspa. Puspa means flowers. Which flowers Krishna is very important, a very favorite.
Así que puede que mañana discutamos sobre esto. Ahora hemos hablado de Patram y Pushpam. ¿Qué significa Pushpam? Aquellas flores que son muy queridas para Krishna.
You read Gurudev very small, what is called? Lecture. Gurudev was saying, which flowers? Krishna is very, very favorite. And Krishna is saying, I completely and indebted one who offered these flowers.
Podéis leer el artículo de Srila Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaja sobre esta explicación. ¿Cuáles son las flores que Krishna ama por completo y hace que aquel que se rinda, aquel que se las ofrece?
And so tonight you can read Gurudev lecture, then tomorrow we will give answer, then I tell you.
Así que esta noche podéis leer la lectura de Gurudev y mañana.
Which flowers Krishna is very favorite?
¿Cuáles son esas flores que son muy queridas por Krishna?
Gur Premanande. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama.
We have to go now. We have to go now. See you tomorrow.
Okay, you take first. Otherwise, after. Or other fruit, company fruit,
Everyone come forward, please, and take your shot from Shri Maharaja's hands. Everyone without your shot.
Everybody come.
Please come forward.
Because they are going. Okay, everybody come.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Don't forget to take the book as well if you want. And also ask Maharaj for a spiritual name or Nati. Proceed.
What is the inside? Okay, will you please come?
Sanatana Mahaprabhu está diciendo que si alguien quiere conseguir, si alguien quiere adquirir algún libro de Gurudev, si alguien quiere cuentas de Tulsi, ideas de Tulsi, nombre espiritual.
Is your son?